Everyone likes to drink a beer now and then. It's not surprising then that beer is brewed with the utmost love and dedication. The brewing process involves three main stages. The first is the malting stage. Natural barley is processed into malt. This is followed by the actual brewing process in the brew house. Grist and water are processed into wort in these large copper mash tuns. The flour is then converted into sugar, so the actual brewing process is in fact the production of sugary wort. The flour dissolves in the brew, but not all of it. The remains or spent grains are filtered out in the filter and can be used as rich fodder. The filtered wort is led into the largest tub of the brew house. The wort is then left to boil for 1.5 hours. During the boiling process, hops are added to impart aroma and bitterness. Afterwards, the wort is centrifuged again to remove the used hop remains. The boiling wort is then cooled with cold water through a special assembly of stainless steel plates. It's cooled to 10 degrees Celsius for low fermentation beers and to 18 or 20 degrees Celsius for high fermentation beers. During the fermenting process, yeast cells are added to the sugary wort. The more sugar the wort contains, the more alcohol and carbon dioxide will be produced. The yeast itself is cultivated in the yeast propagator and checked for purity in the brewery lab. After the main fermentation, the beer is pumped into larger tanks where it's left to mature for 6 to 8 weeks. As the fermentation process continues in these tanks, the flavor of the beer will become milder until saturation is reached. In the case of Romy Pils, this process takes place in these modern cylindrical tanks. At the end of the lagering process, the beer is still turbid. The cold turbidness and the yeast cells still present in the beer have to be filtered out to obtain a clear, transparent beer. And this is the last but one step. Some 200 full barrels, or some 40,000 bottles, pass here every hour. The barrels and bottles come off the belt, and the beer is ready to be tasted and sold. As all other breweries, Roman Brewery considers quality care a priority. A testing panel regularly tries the different beers. Thanks to the automatic control system, each beer or soft drink is subject to stringent lab tests so that only the very best products are served. Roman Brewery intends to offer the consumer a quality product. In the lab, the various products are tested and examined by means of all kinds of tests.